Hey everyone, Matt with Triple Act Adventures. Today we're going to be doing a video on Apex Performance products, specifically their RPV, which is their rapid precision valve. This is something I'm going to be running on my new beadlock wheels that you guys saw. You may have saw that video a couple weeks ago. If you haven't yet, go please check that out. This is something I decided to upgrade after I found out from another YouTuber that actually does work with the TPMS sensors I have. And we're going to go into details on that here in just a second. So you might be asking, what is this? Why is it important? All those type of questions, right? So first, let's just kind of talk about Apex Performance products. I do want to note I'm not sponsored in any way. I paid full price for these products and I'm just very impressed with them. I'm impressed with the company. I'm impressed with the quality of products. So I wanted to share this with you guys. Let's start, like I said, with the company. So Apex Performance Products makes a whole line of air up and air down products. They also make some steering stuff and a few other things, but their main core products have been air up and air down products for the off-road market. I believe the owners have a background mostly in Jeeps, but they're very familiar with Toyotas as well, and they were set out to find air up and air down products across the entire line, whether it's fittings, as you're about to see here. These are their rapid precision valves, which allow you to air up and air down your vehicle even faster. They have now a new quad air system to air up all 4 tires at the same time. They have a really trick little reel that you can get for the back that you can air up your vehicle and reel it back in. Overall, their products are very high quality, high attention to detail, made of non-corrosive products. You'll see throughout the whole presentation here kind of this, that everything they make is just really well designed, really well thought through, with the intention of a high performing air up and air down system that is going to last the test of time with replaceable products as well. So you're never like stuck. Like this stuff is going to be around for a long time. So I kind of wanted to say that before we dig into the product, because I think if you're not familiar with the brand, I will be honest, I think their marketing could be even better. Their YouTube is decent, their Instagram is better, but they don't really seem to be, in my opinion, marketing it as hard as they should. Their products are insane in the market. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this. What is the rapid precision valve? This is what would replace your typical Schrader valve that goes into your wheel. This fits in a standard style, would fit a standard style's hole in a wheel. So instead of putting your typical TPMS sensor or your typical Schrader valve on there, whether it's steel or rubber, this would go there instead. They sell these in singular, 38 bucks a piece, not cheap. We'll go over that in a second. They do also offer it in a 4-pack or a 5-pack. The box you see here is a 5-pack. I got 5 because obviously it's an off-road vehicle. We have 5 wheels and tires. I think that's great that they do that. They offer it, you can just buy a 5-pack. It's got everything you need in the 5-pack. Few notes. You can attach, actually let's go over features. So first thing, it comes with a cap that has a lanyard built in. That's phenomenal. Lanyard is right on there. This cap and this lanyard is replaceable. So God forbid this lanyard ever broke or anything, they have them right on their website. You can undo the cap and you can fill up your air just like you normally would. There's a little Schrader valve in there, valve core in there. Now to air down your vehicle, it's gonna be kind of hard to do with it not on a wheel, but I wanted to kind of show you guys. There's a little pull tab here. Once you undo this cap, you pull that up. And if you can see, hopefully in the video, there's 4 very large holes, orifices on this. It lets out air very, very quickly. On their website, they state, and I can confirm this because I already have 4 of these installed in my wheels. On a 35-inch tire, you can go from 32 PSI down to 10 PSI in 10 seconds. These air down very quickly. And then when you're airing down, you just press that back in, and then the cap is actually what secures that, not only from dust and mud and dirt and all that, but you can no longer pull up. So that's what stops it. There's little seals throughout this system, both on the inside and outside. All of those seals are rebuildable. I saw a rebuild kit on the website is $5, which comes with all the seals you would need. God forbid, say you bought a new set of wheels. You want to transfer these over to your new wheels. You can just uninstall them, put them in your new wheels, and put a new rebuild kit in it. It'd be like they're brand new. Everything on here is anodized, very high quality anodize. Put that in the comments what that word really should be. Very nice quality anodize on these. They're gonna last a long time, very well built. You can just feel when you touch them and feel their products, they just feel really good quality. Couple notes, they do offer this in a standard, they call it, and an XL. The difference is that this little piece here that's, I don't know if it's brass, I don't know what kind of material this is, but this piece right below the red here, that piece is significantly longer on the XL. And the reason for that is depending on your wheel, and I recommend you jump on their website, they'll break down how to measure your wheel for what size you need, or certain wheels, I know a few of the AEV wheels are not compatible with these due to the design of the wheel. Anyway, you're gonna measure your wheel, and really what you're looking for is to make sure that you can actually pull up and down this release tab. I would say 90% of the wheels out there, a standard one is probably gonna work. Well, I'd say let me correct that. Probably 60% of the wheels, a standard one is gonna work, and XL is gonna work on all the rest. In my opinion, if you are right on the fence, go with the smaller one. You can flip this, and they say this on their website. So the minimum is a 1/2 inch of clearance. Again, use the website though, don't go off of what I'm telling you. It's a 1/2 inch of clearance, but you can flip this lower seal. Let me show you guys quick, if I can get this nut off the bottom. So the bottom nut releases the TPMS holder. It does include a threaded TPMS holder. We'll go over the optional accessory. There's a secondary nut here. And there's a seal. If you flip this seal over, it adds an additional 0.1 inches of clearance. So if you are, like my case, I was right below a 1/2 inch of clearance for this to be able to pull up and down. I flipped this, it gave me an extra 0.1. I have plenty of clearance to pull this up and down and air up and down my wheels. So that worked out great. Maybe your case is not, you need the XLs. Either way though, they do have a little bit of customization on it to fit all the different applications. They're very easy to install. You would do it just like you would any Schrader valve on the market, really. You're just gonna, except for the rubber ones that you pull through. I would say any metal one on the market, you're gonna bolt it, with a nut on the back, torque it to spec. All their torque specs are included both in the instructions in the box and on their website. And that's it. You install it, you air up your tires up and down, you're good to go. Now you may be asking, you showed me the air down feature. You said air it up faster. It is. I will say though, it really depends on what tool you have connecting to this. They do offer on their website high flow chucks that either screw on or quick connect on. The difference is that their chucks actually push in that valve core 100%. So you're getting the maximum potential flow from your compressor. Where a lot of the ones on the market, especially the ones that just clip on with the little clip, you're actually only pushing that valve core 50%. So you're reducing your air up time quite a bit. Now, is this gonna be like a monumental difference, guys? Not necessarily. Airing down, yes, it's monumentally faster to air down. Airing up, I would say overall, you're probably saving about 3 minutes from all 4 tires, which is a lot. I mean, it all depends kind of like on your air compressor setup and all those different things. There's a couple videos online of people doing testing. Highly recommend checking those out. We did mention TPMS sensors. So these are compatible with TPMS sensors. If you have the threaded style, they can thread right in here. I'd recommend putting Loctite on it, torque it to spec. If you do not have that style, they also include an optional accessory. This is a TPMS sensor that I have. These are the Autel sensors, which I'll put a note. Let's go back to that in a second. But just this piece you see here at the top would go in place of this one, as you can imagine, like that. And there's a little Allen key here that you thread the Allen key on, and then it straps to your sensor. Really what you're gonna do is, depending on what sensors you have, you're most likely, you have to cut the tip of the sensor off. So this sensor usually comes out to here. I put this on, I just shaved it, you know, cut it off with a metal saw, and then just hit it with a file just to make it nice and smooth so there's no burrs or anything. Not that really matters, but it's just nice. I will note, so I wanted to note, right on their website, it states that Autel sensors are not compatible with this. It is compatible. I don't know if they were talking about maybe so they didn't always have these adapters, but it definitely doesn't work with this because Autel is a snap-in style where these are threaded. But right on their website, this is actually, if you watched my wheel building video, I did not put these in my wheel in the beginning, and I just had to go through the arduous process of putting these in after already building beadlocks because I really wanted to run these. They air down so much faster. The hole in there is huge, by the way. Anyway, the reason I didn't do them is because on their website it says that they don't work with Autel sensors. I personally use Autel sensors ever since I was a service advisor and a service manager of an independent shop. We used Autel sensors, and when I left that place, I just continued that trend. I buy these online on Amazon. I even have an Autel scan tool that I can program these with. So that's those sensors I work. They work on like every vehicle on the market pretty much. So I've just kind of continued on, and right on their website, it said that they didn't work, but it does hold on to them great. Like these aren't going anywhere. So a little note for you guys on that. But I would say, guys, if you are interested in buying these, I would highly recommend it when you get a new set of wheels, or if you are probably getting close to getting a new set of tires. That way you're already dismounting the tires anyway. Go to your local shop, get the tires dismounted, have them install these, and you're gonna be good to go. They install very easily. Any tire technician is gonna figure this out. It's not complicated in any way. You can do it yourself too if you already have your wheels or your tires off your wheels. Dismounting tires at home is not fun. I think that really covers the product though. I'm looking at doing a full line of their products on my vehicle, but I'm trying to sort out what fittings I need, what do I want to modify, stuff like that. One last final note on this, guys. I found this out the hard way, so this is a big warning to anybody out there. If you currently are using any of the 4 tire systems out there, actually let me reword that. If you're using any air up tool that is a quick coupler, like a connection, you know, a quick connect, it will not go on to this. I found this out the hard way. I put these in 4 of my wheels. I went to put on my air up system, luckily just testing them, and it won't seat on here because of this thickness back here. Usually this would be this thickness farther down. So if you're using those quick couplers, it will not connect. If you have a thread-on style, you're good to go. If you have quick couplers, it will not. There is a caveat. Apex Performance Products did release their own version of a quick coupler that does work with this and does depress it 100%. So I think I'm gonna go that direction because, you know, airing up is one of the things that takes the longest on expedition style trips. If you're a weekend warrior, you're just airing down, hitting a bunch of trails for a day, air up, go home, not the end of the world. Style wheeling I do where you're going, you know, days on end of multiple, you're airing down, airing up to get back on the road, maybe you're going on forest road, you know, you're doing a bunch of different styles. I air up and air down a lot. Being able to save time is huge for me. So that's what led me to doing this. And like I mentioned, those quick couplers, I like to be able to just click it on. Having to screw on 4 different wheels is like not ideal. And I like to air up all 4 tires at once because I find, especially up here in the Northeast, like today it's been pouring rain outside, being able to click on the compressor button from inside the truck, go out, run my air lines to all 4 tires, connect them, and then hop back in the truck and wait for the, you know, tire pressure low light to come back on the truck. That way I know I'm at least close to air pressure. Then I can go outside and check the gauge. I can do that all while sitting inside and it's raining outside. So for me, that's huge. If you're a weekend warrior, maybe that's not that big of a deal. But anyway, what do you guys think of this product? Hey, do you guys already running any Apex Precision products? I know a lot of Jeep guys have been a big fan of these. I will be honest, there is a competitor on the market that is even faster at airing up and down. It's called the Monster Valve. It is from Power Tanks, but from what I read, it does not fit in a standard size hole. I could be wrong, but it appears you either need to drill out your hole, your wheel larger. That's what it appears like. I could be wrong, but that is the fastest one on the market. But I also appears, so if I'm wrong about that, the other vibe I got from looking at that and talking to a few people is that it's really designed for power tank users that have, it's a larger connection fitting and it runs at a higher pressure because it's a, it's a pressurized tank. So if you have a power tank, probably look at monster valves. If you're running any kind of standard air compressor out on the market, take a look at these RPVs. I think they're pretty cool. The airing down is super fast. Airing up, it's marginally faster, but it's faster. So that's my quick little unboxing and review on these. I hope you guys found this useful. I'm really looking forward to putting these in practice. I'll be traveling soon. We're hopefully going to be going camping soon, so there's going to be a lot more outdoorsy type of videos coming. If you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. Click like, click subscribe, hit that notification bell. Put some comments below. Do you guys like these? Are you running them currently? Have you never even heard of them and you're like, I gotta have those? Actually, do even another thing. Jump on my Instagram and tag me if you already have these or are going to be putting them on your video. Hit me in the shorts or hit me in the stories, in the comments. Would love that, guys. Appreciate you tuning in today. This was kind of a quick one. We'll see you guys next time.